Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Elizabeth and we're on day 5 of my thoughts about how I have come to simplify my life and how I am continually working on that. I actually thought today, I saw a comment on a Facebook page that I'm following. It was a young mum who has 6 children and she was having trouble shining her sink at the end of the day. She said she ran her dishwasher 2-3 times a day, but even at the end of the day there was still dishes piled up, and I'm not passing any judgment on that. I don't know her story or whatever, and she was just identifying the problem that she had. But it made me think about my own dear mum. I actually have bought the house that I grew up in, and one of the things I kind of noticed earlier on when I moved back in here, my own furniture and remodeled and redid the things, at the time we moved back I had 2 of my children still with me, and so that we were a family of 4. I grew up in this house with a family of 6. I have 4 siblings and 2 parents, and one of the things I started to notice earlier on was the extra stuff we had, and also the extra storage. Growing up, there was 3 bedrooms, and 2 of the bedrooms had wardrobes in, but they weren't built-in wardrobes. They were the kind of old-fashioned wardrobe that kind of came along like this, and then there was a round bit that the door opened very narrowly, and you fit your clothes in there. And up the top there was one shelf, and there was on top of that again. I think on one of the rooms there may have been a suitcase. I think actually my parents' room there was a suitcase up there that had, I think it was kind of like my mum's best dress was in there. And apart from that there was a chest of drawers in there, not very big chest of drawers, 3 or 4. And in another bedroom there was a wardrobe, and my brother's bedroom there was actually a built-in cupboard with shelves. And it was quite small. There was 2 beds side by side and room just between their bed for a locker. And in myself and my sister shared a bed growing up, was double bed. And there wasn't much space at the side of the bed. But we didn't play in our room or anything. We were out, that was it. Like, you came downstairs and, you kind of, family, I don't know, it was just different. We didn't have as much stuff, basically. Sorry, I'm rambling on again. But basically, some things were very difficult for my mum. I won't say everything was simple. I mean, she'd no dishwasher, and she certainly had no washing machine. With 4 small children, I mean, we were steps of stairs. I think there's 6 years between the 4 of us. So you could imagine with terry cloth nappies and children wetting beds and all sorts, and living in Ireland, no tumble dryer, lots of rain, it would have been very difficult. But I think her priority was always like keeping the kitchen clean, and the minute dinner was over we cleaned up after dinner. We always, the table was always set, and the food was always served in serving bowls, but the minute dinner was over it was like to be cleared off, because somebody might call, because in those days people called. So it's always struck me about how the difference was excuse me, with 6 people in the house, from one generation to 4 people in the house, and probably double the stuff. The thing about that lady and her sink and shining her sink is she noticed that there was an issue for her, probably because it's obvious. It's kind of there every evening, and it's there in the morning when she wakes up again. I think what I'm beginning to notice is the little things that I do without thinking, that don't even consider that they're a little issue, because I've been doing them like that. But recently, because I have simplified my life and I'm continually doing so, it seems to be something that I'm noticing more and more, and I'm looking for every little area of my life that I can tweak. I have been gardening for a long time, but I have a polytunnel which I filmed in one day. 2-3 winters ago I put up a different system for watering. Instead of just watering with the hose pipe attached to the tap, because I'm conscious of saving some water, I have got somebody, my lovely partner, to add some water barrels to the end of a down pipe to collect rainwater. and then a little hose pipe off the tap that's on there. And 2 days ago I was standing out there in the rain with my 2 watering cans, filling one up, leaving the other one out there, going in to water the polytunnel, coming out, swapping around and going back in again and getting wet in the process and going in and out. And I suddenly looked and I thought, why am I getting wet? I could easily just make a tiny hole in the plastic in the door, feed the hose into the polytunnel, and that way I wouldn't have to be going in and out, apart from just when I go down there first, turning on the tap. And so I did that. It probably took me less than 30 seconds. And now when I go down, if it's raining, I can go in, turn on the tap, go into the polytunnel, fill the watering cans, alternatively water, put things away, go out, turn off the tap and come back into the house relatively dry. I think, I did that for 2-3 years without even thinking. So my point is, if you're trying to simplify your life, take note of what you're doing and see if there is some small little thing like that you can make an adjustment to. Sorry, I did a little cough there. So that's about it really. My thoughts for today is to take note of what it is you can do. If there's something you can do very easy, go for it. And I look forward to sharing some more thoughts with you tomorrow. Take care now. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye. Bye.